Episode 12, Party Pooper. Violet's gaze fixes on my horrified face. She can read my expression as easily as a book meant for preschoolers. See, Gray, grieve. You know this spirit? She asks. Violet poses the question with a perverse sense of enjoyment. I can't take my eyes off of Mel. He's a contact, I say, stopping to correct myself. Friend. He's a friend. Violet's mouth arches upward in a big, foreboding smile. Wonderful. It must pain you to see him lingering in this plane for as long as he has, unable to find peace. Your presence will be a comfort when we free him. Free him? I ask, twisting my head to face Violet. Of course, she says. The world is for the living. There are other places for the dead. I try to pull my hand away from Violet's, but her grip tightens. She's stronger than she looks. What about your ghost in the machine over there? I ask, using my chin to point toward the haunted phonograph. He's special? Violet's smile cracks open, and her teeth become visible through the parting of her lips. Although she still looks outwardly friendly, this casual facial transition is far more complex than that. It's a predatory response, a dominant dog asserting itself. Far from it, she says. He is useful. Usefulness goes a long way in the human world, wouldn't you say? I don't know if Violet expects me to actually answer her question, but I don't. My head's command center is too busy sending out a distress signal. The gas pedal of my sympathetic nervous system is pressed to the floor. I am no longer in a situation of perceived danger. The danger is very much real, and I need to get the hell out. Violet digs her fingernails into the palm of my hand. I stiffen as her talons penetrate my flesh and cause blood to trickle out of the slits. Are you useful, Horse Rattleshack? She asks, driving her fingernails deeper into my palm. I turn to look at Madame Baquita. She squeezes my other hand in a sympathetic gesture. She says nothing, but her look of helplessness communicates her unwillingness to step in on my behalf. I'm on my own. Is everything okay? Danny asks, her enthusiasm for attending the séance slipping away. Violet turns back to face the group as a whole. Her smile becomes more sincere. Mel remains in a static hold over the table. Of course, she says, all hands still connected in a circular pathway. We really shouldn't leave our special guest waiting any longer than he already has, though. He's so very tired and deserves his rest. Danny's mama bear instinct emerges from its den. Are you sure about that, Miss Brown? Danny is the only one willing to question Violet. Either she doesn't know what her host is capable of, or her Karen game is so strong that she doesn't care. They don't call them restless spirits for nothing, Violet says. Rest assured, this isn't entertainment. It's mercy. On the planetarium dome above us, the phantom black hole grows bored with swallowing the stars and turns its hunger on Mel. Its vastness extends outward, and from it the now familiar silver smoke of the Spagoi streaks down, surrounding the hitchhiker. The creature twists itself around him, constricting against his phantom body like an otherworldly straitjacket. Mel's face turns from surprise to agony. I hear Madame Baquita gasp. Her hand turns ice cold at the arrival of the Spagoi. Stop it! I shout, wanting the nightmare to end. Thomas says it's too late for that. There's fear in the way he says what he says. The bravado is gone. Only regret remains. Colby Jack's silence is different now. His stillness is no longer second nature to him. He's struggling to stay impartial. It's a strain to keep his mouth shut. Mel looks down at me and tries to say something, but his voice has been taken from him. Instead of asking for help, the once highway-bound bohemian lips, "Don't just stand there, brother. Run." Fuck. I really wish I had brought Mel his ice cream cake before I came out here. Picking up my legs, I brace my feet against the edge of the table and push myself back, sending both my chair and my body falling. The holds that Violet and Madame Baquita have on me are broken, and I crash onto the floor. I push myself up, but my bloodied palm causes me to slip, and I collapse back down, whacking my head against the floor. There is an immediate ringing in my ears, surely my first of many concussion symptoms to come. I ignore it and crawl toward the hole in the floor that I entered the planetarium through. "Where are you running off to, horse?" I hear Violet ask through the ringing that is rattle-shacking around inside my head. "The party has just begun." I hurl myself down the spiral staircase, the bells and the cuffs of my pants jingling with each rotation of my tumbling body. My right shoulder hits the floor of the foyer, and it sends a jolt of pain pulsating throughout my torso. I roll over onto my back, hoping for a brief moment of idleness to catch my breath and to let the throbbing inside my shoulders subside, only to find myself staring into the face of Samuel Godwin as the dog possessing his body hovers over me. His upper lip is curled back, revealing the tar-covered teeth of a 19th century mortician. His throat vibrates in a growl. "I don't suppose I convince you to come with me, could I?" I ask, recalling why I'm actually here tonight. I'm hopeful that my first impressions are better with strange dogs than they are with strange people. He lunges forward, snapping at my face with his jaws. I turn to the side just before he can bite off the tip of my nose. His breath is warm and stinks of grain-free kibble. I flip myself over to my stomach and push myself up to all fours. The dog is clumsy in Samuel's body, still trying to familiarize itself with bipedal locomotion. I crawl through his sprawled-out legs and scurry across the foyer floor to the front door. He begins to give chase, but then freezes as a high-pitched whistle from the overhead observatory stops his forward momentum. The dog's master has leashed her beast. I don't waste time in finding out why. I rise to my feet, fumble with the doorknob until it turns, and then sprint out into the darkness. I'm back in my car and on the road before I realize I have completely blown whatever limited cover Horse Rattleshack gave me. "Oh, Jesus, Mel," I say to myself, feeling guilty to have abandoned him. I know full well what his limited future holds for him now. I'm so sorry. And I am, though not nearly as much as I will be when the Spagoy eventually comes for me. Thank you for listening. For more information, visit thesoulchaperone.com.